Good morning, boys and girls. This video is for Wednesday, April 1st. No fooling. Are you going to do a little prank today? I'm not really much of a prankster myself, but just make sure that your parents are up to whatever pranks you pull. Okay? All right, anyway, let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today is the day when you might be able to finish Sarah Plain and Tall. So we're going to be reading the afterword, which happens after Sarah Plain and Tall. If you're still reading chapter 9, go ahead and read that today. But remember, you need to finish this whole book by Friday. The last chapter has a few big words, so if you need someone to help you, that's okay. Let's look at our lap book. We're on the last part, which is the solution. So you're going to take what the problem was. Remember, we talked about the problem. Is Sarah going to stay or is she going to leave? And you're going to write what happened. And that can be just a short sentence, but it should be a sentence with a capital and a period. Now you should be about done with your lap book. I'm going to give you 2 days, Thursday and Friday, to finish this up, and we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay, so we're going to be on list 27 for our spelling words. You're going to make a spelling card for bingo, and we've done this in class many times. So you just put one word in each blank and you have the free space. Make sure that you don't write them in order because you'll never win if you do it that way. It would be a good idea to use the A-list words. You'll probably have one word left over that you don't use. Now, we're going to be playing bingo on Zoom on Thursday if you bring your spelling card. Now, if you're not able to come to Zoom on Thursday, I'm going to tell you how you can play this at home. What you can do is you can play with somebody else. This really works if you have a brother or sister. What you would want them to do is make their own bingo card. And you can either copy this before you start or just make a bingo card with 5 by 5. Have them write their spelling words at any level. So if they're in kindergarten, they could write easier words. If they're in 5th grade, they could write their 5th grade words, or even their vocabulary words if they don't have spelling words. Then an adult calls one word from each list and you put your marker or your X on it. So, for example, the person calling might say caterpillar for your list, and then the adult will call a word that's on your brother or sister's list. Whoever gets bingo first wins. Let's move on to our handwriting. We're on page 60 doing the letter S. Remember, you're using a pencil. You're going to tilt your book. You're going to start at the bottom. You're going to loop it around, hit the line, make a boat. Let me try that again. Loop it around, hit the line, middle line, make a boat. I always think this looks like a little boat right here. Let's do a lowercase s. You're going to start at the bottom, go a tiny bit past the middle line, and then go back and connect it. When you're doing your lowercase s's, you want to go ahead and connect your letters. The uppercase S is on its own. Okay, for our scholastic activity, we're going to be doing Earth, Science, and Stars today. So make sure you're doing it in your butterfly booklet. You're going to find a new page. It says fold it in half, but if you'd like to, you can just draw a line down the middle if that's easier since it's in a booklet. What you're going to do is you're going to draw or write about the daytime. You're going to draw and write about the nighttime. So you can just write day. I'm going to draw my line down the middle. And you can write night. So think about what you would see in the daytime sky and draw it. You can also write things if you like. Then you can either do this one of 2 ways. You can imagine what the nighttime sky is going to look like and draw it, or you can wait till it's dark and go look out at the sky and draw what you see. And then you can also write things. So you can either draw and label, or you can write things. If you draw a picture, I need some words to just say what it is. But this isn't one where we're putting a bunch of sentences. You're just saying, what do you see in the day and what do you see in the night? And if you see something the same in both, you can make a note of that. You probably noticed that I skipped math. I'm going to get back to that, don't worry, but I need to show you on my computer. So let's look at our journal today. Now, last time we wrote in our journal, I had you use half of the page to write about 3 things you were thankful for. Now you're going to finish that up. So go ahead and put today's date, which is April 1st, 2020, and you're going to draw. Well, I would write first what you're thankful for. You can just put a dot and put what you're thankful for, and then you're going to go on the next page for your third item. So you can just write 1 sentence, 2 sentences, or it doesn't even have to be a sentence. It could just be a phrase. But remember, let's try to write some different things. So if you already wrote mom, dad, don't write mom, dad again. Draw some different things, and then draw a picture of it, and you can color that in.
I'm going to show you how to do accelerated math in case you haven't been doing it. I'm a student. Now you have to put in your username and password. Hope you don't mind YY that I use yours. Then you're going to push math and other apps and accelerated math. Now, do you see how it says start, start, start? That means YY has a practice, a test, or an exercise that she can do. She should choose test first, and then start test, and it will give her the questions. Some of you, if you have something printed, you may not have one that says start. You might have one that says score. But I'm going to try to get everybody to a point where you can do your things on the computer. Now, if you'd rather, you can choose freckle math. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now I'm going to show you how to do freckle math if you'd rather choose that. Now, since I've done it before, it remembers the code. On this one, my name is Mrs. B. I'm a fake student. So when I come here, I'm going to see this. I'm going to choose from my teacher first. If there's nothing from your teacher, you can choose to do something in English language or math, your choice. But I have an assignment from my teacher, so I'm going to do that first. I have multiplication. I'm going to do these problems first. I put the answer, enter. Oh, I put the wrong answer. Enter. Oh, I got that one right. 0, enter. 3, enter. Do you see how that works? Now remember, if you're doing freckle math, be sure to do at least 15 minutes because I get a report for freckle math and I get a report for accelerated math that tells if you finished an activity or how much time you've done. So for accelerated math, you want to finish one packet or one assignment. And then for freckle math, you want to do 15 minutes. Now I'm going to show you some optional activities that you can do if you have time. So the first one is, for your optional recess activity, throw a ball around. So if you have a brother or sister or parent that can play catch with you, you can play with a tennis ball or a baseball or a softball, but play catch with someone. And if you don't have anybody to play with, you can throw it against the wall. Just make sure that you're using a ball that's going to work against that wall or against that garage, like maybe a tennis ball, because that's not going to hurt where you're throwing it at. But that can help you with your baseball or softball activities once you get going again with that. Okay, the reason I'm standing here is because we have a new music of the month. And that means we have a new musician. And this is a modern musician. So he would be in the contemporary period, which contemporary means the same time that you're living. So John Williams is a composer who has done a lot of music for movies. So we're going to be listening to the theme from Star Wars. And I'm sure a lot of you recognize this. It's a very popular theme. So I have included a link to a YouTube video of some people playing it. It's just an orchestra. So what you want to do if you want to do extra credit is take your extra credit packet and you're going to listen to the song, the main theme from Star Wars, and you're going to color the picture while you're listening of John Williams. Some fun facts about John Williams is he also did the music for Jaws and Jurassic Park, which, to be honest with you, I haven't seen those movies because they're too scary for me. When I was a kid, they had the movie Jaws, and my parents would not let me see it because they knew I would be too scared. But you've probably heard that song. It's like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Okay, they probably play it when they're doing other things now, but it was actually kind of funny because back then, the graphics were so bad that shark looked so fake. but it kind of scared people, you know. And the same with those dinosaurs, they kind of scare me. But the theme from it is really popular, and you might have heard it other places too, because a lot of times when they have these really popular songs from movies, there's no words to them, and so they'll play them in commercials and other places too that you've heard. Okay, we have a couple other things in your booklet that are extra credit. Today, if you'd like to color the cross, because Easter's coming up, you can color that, and then if you want to hang it up or cut it out, you can, or you can return it to me. But that is extra credit coloring thing if you'd like. All right, thanks for all your hard work. Keep at it, and I'll see you tomorrow.